Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm so excited to be here today, and of course, we're gonna talk about a life experience, probably a lesson, but probably a time to come together and know that there is something we might have been facing. Not me, not you alone, but we as a group of people. I'm just going to talk about just a few people. You might be included, or you might not be included. But maybe your friend, your spouse, your son, your daughter, or you never know. Whoever that is concerned will be able to understand. There's always this critical moment that would come in my life when I was a student. That when they would ask me how old I was. Some of you guys, you might not even understand how that feels. But let me talk about my experience. Probably I'm talking about your experience as well. When you feel like you're intimidated by how old you are, depending on the situation, depending on how old you are, depending on what actually life status you have. Maybe you are 40 years old and in a group of 5 to 10 people, you are probably the only or you and the other guy, two of the 10 who are not married, and everyone asks, who is here who's not married? And you feel like you don't want to put your hands up, or you be like, hey, me. But you are very intimidated. Why? And then to some of us in the class, you never wanted to answer a question because of how old you are. You are very old enough to know everything because maybe your teacher is your age mate, and you feel intimidated to answer question because you believe it's not how they are going to take that. And maybe someone who you are older than, maybe 5 years in between, they can do everything better than you. And you feel like whatever you're doing is not interesting because when they, there is a time when they talk about your group, hey, like you're not feeling included in the class and you wonder what is happening. But I want to tell you the truth. It is not a problem to be out of the context of what is allowed. It is not okay to, it's okay to be abnormal in a normal sense that people take things. Let me be very specific to a group that I belonged to. Maybe you, your friends, your spouse, your daughter, your son might be in the group. I was in a group of people who were very old in the class and also very, like, not even good performers in the class. That's when I started my high school. I started feeling like this, this push that takes me back because I don't fit in some of the categories. Yeah, I remember always being intimidated to answer questions sometimes because you're looking to the people that you're talking to. You might have got some experience as an adult person, but your class average age is 13 and you are 19. You're just trying to make sense to the people that have not grown that sense yet. And you feel like you're really intimidated. The next time you don't want to give your comment because people have not yet grasped your experience and you're trying to talk about things that make sense to your age group, but you're talking to a group that has no experience. That's being 19 years old, talking to someone who is 13 years old and trying to convince them with your experience. I would be in that category of the people. And that group of students never has peace. Why? Because many people there feel and understand that it's not normal to be in a class when you are that old. But I knew I was really abnormal. That was abnormal. To be 19 years old and in the class of 13 and 12 years old. But I want to tell you, that is what it takes you to break a liquid in something. To some of us, me and you, that is what it took us to step out of the boundaries of what our families could achieve, to step out of the boundaries of what our community could expect about us. Yeah, I bet in my whole family experience was that everyone thought, okay, at 19 years old, 21 years old, you are already married. You have a family. Because education was not a normal thing in my family. I don't know about your family, but that might make sense to you or your neighbors. If you're feeling you are abnormal, you don't fit in the group, it doesn't mean it is not your group. You might not fit in the category by default, but you might say, you know what? This is where I belong. I belong here. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of understanding. I'm telling you the truth. But I say it takes a lot of boldness. That feeling that I might be at risk of being buried by my friends and also being left behind by my other friends because they don't now know that what I'm portraying is what I mean. I remember feeling that there are some of the good things that I know. I like there are some of the things that I don't need to do or to belong to. Because I thought that is deserved for the rich guys, these young people. But again, I want to tell you, that doesn't mean I had to leave my school. I had to fit in. So for you to become a different version of yourself, you need to accept that being different is also being okay. It is okay to be different. It is okay to understand things on another level. It is okay to not do what everyone else is doing and you still keep pushing to what they are getting. I spent like 3 years without stepping in a basketball playground because I feel like, you know what? I have my battles to fight. I'm not going to aim to playing for the school. That's for some people. And I agreed to myself that was for some people. But it didn't mean like at some level you had to pray and it was like, I love basketball. No matter what happens, I don't care. If you say I don't know how to dribble, I don't know how to give wrong passes, I don't care. Just go in and do it when it is abnormal. Feel what people feel. Understand how it looks like. Just get that experience. Don't feel like because I look different, I don't need to have this experience. And again, just to push yourself to the boundaries. You know what that teaches you? It shows you like everything is possible. When I started doing sports, participating in physical fitness activities, I realized like, there are things I can do better. So don't think like because the category you are in feels like different. Don't feel like because some people don't understand what you're trying to accomplish. Just a push all the way outside. Just a push. Stretch your boundaries. Try something that makes you another unique person. Change the narrative. I remember when I was like trying to learn how to read, reading more than, 5 books a week, just a young kid, I have this book these are my baby books here. I remember reading these such books when I was 19 years old, when I was 20 years old, reading very, like 5 years old books, 2 years old books, 3 years old books. Those books with one, picture on a page and one word, and that would be it. But that helped me to understand, what? Doing something wrong is better than not doing something. I remember reading my first couple books I read, I never understood what they meant, apart from knowing the title and the color of the book cover. I never knew anything in that book. So I realized, what? Being different is normal. It's normal. When I started reading books, I was a different person. I was very terrible. I remember sitting in the class and doing like an exercise on spelling bees. I don't spell any word on this earth. No word I could spell. And leave about spelling. I could not even understand the class instructions that we were supposed to spell the words that the teacher speaks. No. I didn't get that. So I'm sharing all these stories because I want to let you know one thing. It is normal to just be abnormal in a group because you know what is ahead. You know what you want. It's not the group that made you be part of the group. It's you who know what you need to learn, what you need to get in order to be a better version of yourself. Don't count on people validation. Don't count on people thinking like, oh, because you know you are this and this, you deserve to get this and this. It is not possible. So try in anything that you want to accomplish, in any dream that you want to pursue. Don't think like around others. Think about yourself. Think about how it benefits you. Think about how easy it is for you. Think about what a lesson you can learn from it. Think about, how long you can do it, how long you can sustain it, and just keep pushing forward. Don't wait until you're okay, because you will never be okay. Don't wait until you fit in the group of the class, because you will never fit in every group. So things are gonna be better when you know that being abnormal, it is normal. In many cases, when you start trying something, you look abnormal. You look like nonsense because no one knows where you're heading. But over time, we become normal. This is the reality of life. So, my dear friends, I want to thank you so much for being here with me. And please, let me know in the comment what you want to learn more, what you desire to have, and I'll be able to share. I want to thank you so much. I want to wish you the best. Love and hugs. Let's keep pushing forward. This is Alexis Amani. Remember to follow on my YouTube. Remember to, go on Instagram, Facebook. It's Alexis Amani Simba Yobewe. I'll be happy to see you there. I share almost daily healthy insights on how you can have a better life, but also how you can understand what your life means more. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.